Hi everybody, I'm Bob Kovacs, and this is an unboxing and a review of a wireless microphone from a company called Kimafun. Now this is a new product. It uses the 2.4 gigahertz frequency band, which is the same band that Wi-Fi uses. And it's a low-cost device. It costs around $55 to $60. So I just got the box yesterday. I've not peeked inside the box at all. So let's go ahead, open it up, and see what goodies are inside. Okay, that's in Chinese. There we go. Dear customer, thanks for purchasing this product. Here is a small manual. So you're going to need some good strong vision to be able to read that, but it's not too bad. It's got some nice pictures to go along with things, so that's good. And now the microphone, there's actually two microphones. This one is a head-worn microphone that you can use if you want to like walk around on a stage or do exercise videos or something like that. So this can work out really well in some situations. There's a couple of extra pop filters. There is an adapter, so you can adapt this from the standard 3.5 millimeter type of connector to a 1/4 inch connector, which is also sometimes called a 6.35 millimeter connector. And again, a couple of extra pop filters for the microphone. Here is the lavalier mic. This is the one that clips onto the shirt. And there you go. That's the clip-on mic. It has a pop filter on. I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Now the Amazon listing for this says that it is a unidirectional microphone. I believe that's what it said, which means that it picks up better in one direction instead of all around. So if you have it pointed at your mouth, it may do a good job of minimizing other sounds, which is a good thing. So I'm going to put that pop filter back on that. Now, let's see what else we have here. This looks like a belt clip that you can use for the transmitter or receiver, not sure which, because it's a wireless mic, of course. It will have a transmitter and a receiver. Now this is a adapter cable that I'm having a hard time getting open. There we go. So it's got a 4-conductor end here, and I think one of these is used for the microphone and one is used for headphones. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a headphone symbol there, and this one has a microphone symbol there. So you plug the mic in here and you plug the headphones in there, and then the other end plugs into a smartphone or a tablet, so you could use the wireless microphone with a smartphone or a tablet. This would be the transmitter. This is what the transmitter looks like. Ooh, and I like the fact it looks like it's got an adapter here that can go onto a hot shoe. I sure hope it can. That would be super handy if you could put it on the hot shoe on a camera, but I'm not sure about that. So this looks like it is the belt clip then that goes with this transmitter. The transmitter has a micro USB port on it so that you can charge it with any micro USB phone charger. It's got an on-off switch and a couple of buttons here. Looks like plus and minus to turn the volume up and down. So that's the transmitter. This then must be the receiver. It plugs into the side of the camera, or it could plug into any other device where you wanted to record it. Now this is a 3-conductor, 3.5 millimeter connector. So that's what would plug into the side of to the jack on my camera. The problem is that this would stick out the side of my camera, and it'd be awfully nice if I could mount this on the top of the camera on the hot shoe. Now I do have a right angle adapter for this so that it'll dangle like this on the camera. I'll show that in a moment. But anyway, it's meant to plug into the side of the camera or any other audio device. You could use this for speakers, for a PA system. And this is a charging cable that's got a USB connector on one end and 2 micro USBs on the other end, so that you can plug both the receiver and the transmitter into it at the same time. So this is the receiver. It's got a micro USB port. This is the transmitter. it's got a micro USB port, so you can charge both items at the same time. And that's the very first thing that I need to do. I need to charge both of these items so that I can then use them in the rest of this video. So stay tuned elsewhere in this video for a full report on what these things sound like and how they work. We have a charging station in our house, so I'm going to plug the charging cable into that and then into each of the units here, transmitter and then the receiver. This is the transmitter and this is the receiver. And to make them work together, you have to pair them like you would any Bluetooth device. To do that, it's really easy. On the side, there's a physical on-off switch, an actual switch that you slide. So slide them both to on, and then there's a blue light that blinks. When it stops blinking on both the transmitter and receiver, then they're paired. The Kimafun receiver is supposed to plug into whatever device you're using it with. In this case, I want to plug it into my camera, but you might also plug it into an audio amplifier or your cell phone, whatever. The way it plugs in is like this with my camera, and I can use my camera like that, but it's not great. I would much rather that this had a mount for my camera's hot shoe, and I could mount it up on top and have a cable that goes in. That to me would be a much more elegant mount, but this is what I got. So to make it fit with my camera better, I purchased separately a right angle adapter. This did not come with the Kimafun package. So now with the adapter that I bought, I can use it like this, which to me seems a little bit better. I still would prefer it mounted on the hot shoe, but I can work with it there. For the Kimafun transmitter, it comes with a convenient belt clip. You can just snap it on and then clip it on a belt or a pocket. This is my first test with the Kimafun microphone. I've got the actual transmitter in my pants pocket. The receiver's on the camera, maybe 6.5 feet away. Let's call it 2 meters. So they paired up perfectly and seem to be working okay. I seem to be getting good level on the camera. Now I want to listen to it and make sure it sounds good and everything's working okay. Okay, this has to be one of the most unfair tests of all time. This microphone here with the big pop filter on it, that's the Kimafun microphone, a wireless microphone that costs, what, 60 bucks? And on the left, over here on your left, my right, is this tiny little Sony ECM88 microphone. This is a $470 wired microphone. It wires back in to a recorder that's recording me right now. Meanwhile, the Kimafun is a wireless microphone that costs $55 for all the components. And what I want to do in this case is test what the sound quality is like for the Kimafun versus the sound quality for the Sony ECM88. Is that sound quality difference really worth all the difference in money and the fact that with the Sony you lose the flexibility of working with a wireless microphone? You'll have to be the judge on that. But the sound quality difference is really not all that great. One thing about wireless mics is that they give you this great mobility, right? How much mobility do you get with the Kimafun wireless mic? Right now I'm 10 feet from the camera, so this is what it sounds like at 10 feet. And I'm going to go to a 30-foot mark. This is the 30-foot mark. So this is actually a pretty good distance, and not too many people are going to be working this far away. However, the product is rated to work up to 100 feet. So let's go to the next mark. And here we have the 50-foot mark. Does it still work from the 50-foot mark? Okay, so I'm going to and here's the 100-foot. Now I'm going to do a second distance test, this time with the transmitter in my hand so that my body isn't shielding it in any way. So right now I'm at the 10-foot mark, should be working good. I'm going to go to the 30-foot mark, which is right here. Here's 30 feet, should be working okay. From 30 feet, let's go to the 50-foot mark. And here's the 50-foot mark. It's kind of breezy out here today, so this is a good test as to how much wind noise the microphone picks up with its pop filter on. Are you still receiving me? We're getting kind of a mixed feeling there. So now I'm going to go to approximately 75 feet. Let's call this 75 feet, and we're still getting a signal. So making sure that the transmitter can see the receiver seems to work a little bit better than hiding the transmitter in a pocket. Now I'm at the 100-foot mark. We're still working at 100 feet because it's visible. I'm just, for laughs, I'm going to stick it in my pocket and see what happens at 100 feet. Okay, now it's in my pocket. You still got me? Okay, I'm going to back up a little bit, and now we're beyond 100 feet. So we're kind of pushing the limit here. I've gone 10. I'm probably at about 120 or so here. So this is 120 feet, and I'm getting nods that I can be received. So it will work past the 100-foot mark that is specified, but you probably need to keep the transmitter in good line of sight with the receiver. Now this microphone works at 2.4 gigahertz, which is a pretty high frequency, and 2.4 gigahertz generally does not penetrate brick walls like this. So I'm curious to know if can be received through the 2 brick walls of my home. I'm going to walk around to the other side of the house, which is probably going to be about 30 feet away from where I am now. So I'm about 15 feet plus 30, call it 45, 50 feet away. In theory, the microphone should work well at those distances, but probably not when it's passing through 2 brick walls. So let's give that a test. Okay, on the move to the other side of the house. Now this is a test of the head-worn microphone. I actually had to bend it a little bit to make it fit my head. It didn't seem to want to fit very well. So I've now bent it. Now why would you want a head-worn microphone? Well, if you're wearing clothing that doesn't have a place where you can pin on the clip-on microphone, then the head-worn microphone might be the way to do it. For instance, if you're wearing exercise clothes. But one thing that I find about a head-worn microphone like this is that the microphone is actually so close to my mouth versus where the clip-on microphone is, that it actually does a really good job of working in a high noise environment. It's so much closer to the mouth that the voice tends to drown out the sounds that are coming in around it. So if you're going to be working in a high noise environment at a construction site or any other place where there's a lot of noise, you might want to go with the head-worn microphone. The Kimafun comes with a 6.35 millimeter adapter. I would call it a 1/4 inch adapter that threads onto the receiver and makes a very firm contact. You can now take this and plug it into a PA system or behind an audio mixer or any other equipment that requires a 1/4 inch plug like this. I'm going to take it and see if it works in my PA system. So this is a test showing how well the Kimafun microphone works with a PA system. The sound you're hearing of my voice is coming from the speaker here and is being picked up by the camera's built-in microphone. So that's how the sound is being transmitted to the camera. That's what you're hearing now. Of course, I need to stay within a certain distance of the PA system. It's wireless, but I can't go too far away or it will break up like we saw in our distance test before. But still, it works pretty well. If you need a little bit of freedom from a PA system, if you're working in a dance studio or wherever you might be working, and the speaker is nearby, but you don't want any wires attached to you, this is a good way to do it. I've only been using this Kimafun wireless microphone for a short time, so I really can't comment on its long-term durability. It does work, however, very nicely in the short term that I've used it. I've been impressed with the clarity of its sound, with its low noise. Now, you have to keep in mind, it's a 2.4 gigahertz device, so it is going to have limited range and it's not going to be able to penetrate walls very well. Especially in my house has brick walls, it doesn't penetrate those at all. So as long as you're using it within 30, 40 feet maximum, let's call it 10 to 13 meters or so, you're going to be fine. And the sound quality is really good. I'm impressed that it has both the head-worn microphone and the clip-on lavalier. It's a nice small size, easily fits in a pocket. I like that it's got the threaded on connectors for the microphone, and it really has all the features that you're going to want at a very low price. It's $55 to $60. And if you are only using the built-in microphone in your camera now, this is going to be a big benefit to you. You'll just be amazed, how did you ever get along without a microphone like this? Because the wireless just frees you up and the sound quality is so much better than dealing with the built-in microphone. So I'm going to give this a big thumbs up for the Kimafun mic. I like the sound quality, I like the freedom that you get with the wireless, and I like the fact that this is a lower noise than the other wireless microphone that I have. Also inexpensive, but this is definitely lower noise and more usable. Hey everybody, I'm Bob Kovacs. Thanks for watching.